Andy playing with his thing to try and make the thing do the right thing in the right places. Here we go. I think we might have something there. Yeah, spot on. I had to do a little last minute adjustment there to the equipment, but we seem to be with it, and we just need some of our regular contributors to turn up. 30 seconds in, I've had a hey, here we go. Lee Redpath, hi, hello to you. Hope you're doing all right and you're having a nice day. Wonder what you've been up to, which part of the world you're dialing in from. We've got some people joining us now. It's very cold today, very cold. We've got a bit of blue sky here where I am, so it's a little bit better. You had a reminder at last, Lisa Farr. Excellent. I did see your comment yesterday where you said you weren't getting a reminder. We've got lots of people coming in now. Who have we got? Nessa Isaacs. Hi, Andy, from Cornwall. Nice part of the UK, that is. Used to love going down there on holiday when I was a kid. JPW. All right, buddy, from Wales. Yeah, I'm fine, thank you. Nick Murphy. E up, Andy, from Manchester. E up. Lorne Mackenzie. Hi, Andy, you're in. That's great. Nice to see some of the regulars here and a couple of new names as well. Hope you're all doing all right where you are. Cold in Wales, Lisa Farr says. Yeah, it's pretty chilly here. I mean, I always give you a view outside my car window. Have a look at this. That's today. Yesterday, it was pouring hard with rain all the time I was out here. And to go back in the house, I had to kind of run so I didn't get too wet. Daz is back from Ipswich. Hello, everybody. How's it going, Andy? Yeah, I'm fine, thank you. Daz is back. Had a busy morning recording content. Had a couple of school-related issues to sort out with one of my kids, and a bit of running around to do besides. I had to do a impromptu video because I read some breaking news online, which I thought might need bringing to your attention about what Boris might be planning within the next few days. Whether that comes to fruition or not, we'll have to see, but you needed making making aware of it. Nick Murphy says it's very windy. Yeah, it sure can be. Will Boris resign? Well, he would need severely backing into a corner, wouldn't he? He's a complete and utter, well, I don't know what the word is anymore. I'm at a loss, but I think he would need to be severely pushed before he went down that route. Lisa Farr, hailstones, we had some, sounded like boulders on the roof earlier. Some of those can get massive, can't they? Andrew Cooper, hello from France, hello to you. Are you having a Gabby Cabby party? I had one last Christmas and kept it quiet. I thought I'd, follow in the footsteps of those that were supposed to lead us. No, I ain't joking. I'm probably going to record something, but usually I'm with the family Christmas Day, so I might pre-record a little something for you, or we could have a late nighter or something. I don't know. Nick Murphy, jellyfish, yes. Never stand on one of those. They tend to sting. Lee Redpath, it's all by design. You might be onto something there. It just seems convenient that all this Christmas party bullshit comes out yesterday and today, and then all of a sudden, Plan B. I think we're being worked from behind, to be quite honest. I don't know what everybody else thinks of that. Tony Whitworth, should MPs who have shares in the you-know-what be excluded from being involved in it? Yeah, totally, I agree with you, Tony. Conflict of interest right there. Absolutely. I wonder if you've got names and names of companies and followed the path far enough. I mean, one trick I've noticed that some people do. I mean, I have a limited company for my business, and there's just two directors, myself and my wife. But some people, they have directors who are other limited companies, and then they try and hide shareholders within them. It's a bit of a sideways trick, really, to try and conceal the truth. Lisa Farr, they all need arresting. Lock them up for Christmas for deception. Yes, I think lock them up for our own good would be more appropriate. Yeah, I think the whole system in this country politically is broken, to be honest, and it has been for a lot of years. And I think what's going on with COVID has really, you know, just illustrated that to the masses. Lorna Mackenzie, I just watched Boris squirming at Prime Minister's question times. There were 3 parties, including one at Boris's flat. Yeah, I heard all about it. And I bet he's trying to say he wasn't there. I saw our friend Mr. Hancock on GMB saying that he wasn't there. I'll leave that to you to believe whether, you know, you want to trust their word or not. I know I certainly don't. All services have been destroyed, Lisa Farr says. I think everything is. I bring you a video later on about the uncertainty that's going on in the country with, you know, cancelled gigs and all this sort of thing. Hello, Broken Britain. I hope you're well. Thank you for joining. Last orders, please. £5 from last orders. Plan D. Drink beer and be happy. Yeah, I go with that. Last orders, please. Thank you for the £5 super chat. Hope you're well. Haven't seen you around for a couple of days. Hope everyone in the pub up there as well. And your father is an email when I inquired as to his welfare the other week, so I appreciated when he got back to me, and he's all right. Victor Meldrew, Bojo has told more lies today than the whole of this scandemic. So is he going for the Guinness World Record, do you think, for the amount of bull told in one sitting? I think he might have passed that a while ago, treating us all like mugs. Jane Griffiths, hi Andy. Last orders, please, says I'm on the big screen again. Hello to everybody there. I hope you're all right. Thumbs up from the Gabby Cabby. All the best to everybody. And look, I'm on the Coca-Cola today. Speaking of which, I bet you're in there where you've all got whiskey and everything and beer and lager, and I'm so jealous. And I want to drive up to Manchester right now and have a pint with you all. But in about an hour from now, I've got to be at a school round the corner. Cheers. Oh, dear, that's nice. That's straight out of the fridge, that one. All Liberal Democrats are completely captured by international finance and the oligarchs, globalisation, destroyed the nation, state democracy. The old Lib Dems aren't doing too well these days, are they? Victor Meldrew says a world record. Yeah. Sharon Shooter's here. Hey up, Andy. Hey up, Sharon. Hope you're all right. Nick Murphy says cheers. Lorna Mackenzie, it's the double standards. People were denied visiting dying relatives in care homes while they're living it. I know it's disgraceful, isn't it? And you look at politicians having a sneaky 1-2 buckle my shoe behind a door with their mistress, caught on camera by the way, and then telling the rest of us we can't have a good old snog underneath the mistletoe. Something not quite right there somewhere, is there? Last orders, please. £5 super chat. Jim just bought you a beer. Thank you, Jim. I appreciate the support and the pint. Cheers to you. Hope you're good. Thank you. Yeah, Victor Meldrew, you've got a very valid point there. What democracy? It's, yeah, I saw you on a police off the cuff shoot the other day where you were talking to them and had them on the big screen as well. I think they were quite happy about that. And not sure if you're aware, but I will be on Police Off the Cuff on the 22nd of December. It will be a little bit of a late one though, so last orders please might have already been and gone, but that is when it will be. It's 7 o'clock Eastern Standard Time there, so I think it's about between 11 and midnight at their end, so a bit of a late one, but I'm looking forward to it. I'll be in my cab with the light on. Lorna Mackenzie, I always wondered why Hancock seems so cheery at his press conferences, and now we know why. Yeah, it depends what was under the desk, doesn't it? Now, I'm not saying anything more about that. I heard that the Greens, the Lib Dems and Labour may group together to get rid of... That's the only way they'll do it, Broken Britain, and similarly, the only way that we'll kick this bunch of idiots out is for all the smaller parties without a hope in hell normally all ganging together and sorting it out. But the problem is politics. No one will agree or come to a common standard that they can work with, and we're stuck in the same rut again and again and again. It's awful. Last orders, please. Trying to help as many YouTubers get as much help for their channels. I really appreciate it, Last Orders Please. You've been fantastic with me. I do appreciate the support, and I appreciate all of you when you you know, when you come on here and contribute to the videos and chat and everything. Sort of makes it all worthwhile, keeps me going. Will you be live on YouTube when you do your TV stuff? Neil Tanner, Police Off the Cuff, is actually a YouTube show. You can search for it, and it will be streamed live at that point in time, and the replay will be available afterwards, just in case you're not able to stay up for it. One of the things they want me doing is trying to talk in a New York accent, which I've been practicing, but to no avail. We'll see what happens. Police Off the Cuff were telling everyone how much they were looking forward to having you on. I heard that, and I saw it as well, Lorna Mackenzie. I've got some great connections with them, and really appreciate, you know, what they're doing. And I had an email off of Angela Ing yesterday, who's one of the people from Allegedly Guilty with Joe Murray, and they're, you know, very, very nice, very, very kind people. If I can do anything to help them, I will. It's all marvellous. Hello, Factual Breakdown. Yes, Bill Cannon, so excited about having Andy on, even more so than the other guests, bless him. That's great. Victor Meldrew, today more than any other, if people can't see that we're all being lied to and taken for complete idiots, and they never will. Freedom! William Wallace said that, didn't he? Yes, at 6 o'clock, I bring you a little video about something I saw on Twitter the other day. So it's only a small thing, but it really illustrates how much we're being played. The whole narrative and what they're trying to make us believe is absolutely incredible. Factual Breakdown. If a call to the US isn't doable, I will do a recording for you. New York Accent 101. I haven't forgotten. I haven't forgotten Factual Breakdown. I will. I've got the number that you sent me before. Another £5 super chat from Last Orders, please. Quote from Neil the Punter. Have a beer, buddy, and Merry Christmas. Cheers, Neil. I appreciate it. Merry Christmas to you too. They're saying in the news that we're not supposed to say Merry Christmas for fear of offending somebody, but I say that to that, and Merry Christmas to everyone else. Cheers. Factual Breakdown. Lorna Mackenzie, my favourite person. Hello. Hello, friend. How is your dad? I emailed him and haven't heard back. Factual Breakdown. Oh, I heard back from Last Orders, please, Dad. He's okay. I can't remember whether I forwarded you the email or you're referring to something else since, but he's all good. Merry Christmas, Sharon, to you. Factual Breakdown says, Last Orders, please. I'd love it if you could email me directly. Yeah, Last Orders, please. If there's any communication there between you and Factual Breakdown, get in touch with me and I can provide you with any email addresses if I can help in any way. Lisa Farr, Merry Christmas to all. That's what it's all about, the old Christmas spirit. Broken Britain says, Merry Christmas all my life, and I'm not changing. I'm old and set in my ways. I'm getting there. My son called me middle-aged the other day. I couldn't believe it. But I'm well and truly set in my ways. Victor Meldrew, I don't believe it. Yes. Christmas, 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 Christmas. If you're offended, tough. Excellent. I like that. Factual Breakdown. I know Savage Media said he was having problems emailing me. Okay. I emailed you, Factual Breakdown. Dad said your inbox was rejecting. Last Orders, please. If you email contact@andygifford.online, I do have another way that you can get hold of Factual Breakdown, and I can put you all in touch. I know she gave you a Gmail address, and sometimes if their mailboxes get full on there, they can start playing up. So get in touch with me later, and I can put you guys together. Not a problem. Factual Breakdown says, my daughter calls me old. I call my mum old. Mind you, she is old. She's not here, is she? No, she's all right. Jesus Jones, cab please, destination, anywhere out of here, but put your foot down. Can do. Terry Waits, I missed that. Last orders, please. Okay, Andy, we'll email you later. I look forward to it. And you've got to get me that footage of the pub going nuts. I understand there's a few profanities in there, but we could do something about that. Terry Waite, just heard Boris is going to announce health passports to be brought in at 5. Yeah, I did a video earlier, breaking news, where I heard about that, where I read it, and I'm getting mass reports that it's happening everywhere else, so it wouldn't at all surprise me. And I said to my wife before I came out to this live stream, I will not enter a place that requires me to, you know, prove my status before I walk in. Ain't happening. So we will see what happens. Last orders, please. Okay, Andy, you'll have to doctor the footage. As long as I can have a good laugh at it first, that would be good. But if we can get a bit of publicity for you out of it as well, I'll be more than happy to do that, because you've been a great support to me, so works both ways. Next time I get a Manchester airport job, I'll have to do against what I usually do and do it myself instead of giving it out to another fella, and try and see if I can come and say hello properly. Jesus Jones, segregation, people are so yeah. It's the old British stiff upper lip again, isn't it? We take so much shit and do nothing about it, and I hope that one day that comes to bite them in the bum. Well, welcome to Daily Chat with Andy the Gabby Cabby. We've got a few more people here now, try and do one of these every day, and I appreciate you all coming on, and just small talk really. We all talk together, get to know one another, and I try and you know, pull some things out of the chat and give you my opinion on it. And I really love it, because unless you're sitting in a pub in Manchester with your mates drinking beer, some people are back later, very busy. Okay, last orders, please. Cheers and thank you for coming on, and the couple of super chats you sent my way, I appreciate it. Yeah, unless you're sitting in a pub drinking beers with your mates, some people are on their own at home, not really doing a great deal. And this is quite a powerful thing, isn't it? We can all come on here and have a adult conversation about what makes the world go round. That's what it's all about. How is everybody today anyway? I know we've all got some possible changes coming our way by the sound of it from Bojo and his cronies, and I hope we can all see through it for what it actually is. Last orders, please. Love you guys. Tell all the pub punters America loves them. There you go, last orders and everyone in the pub. Factual breakdown from the good old US of A, North Carolina to be precise. Absolutely loves you all. Sharon Shooter says I'm fine. Stuff Boris. Yep, I think a lot of people are going to feel like that. Oh, my throat's going quicker today. Broken Britain, out and about getting presents. Well, we got to start that probably tomorrow. My wife's been having a conversation about raiding the old savings account and going out and spending it. It's, you know, we try and save up all year, so it's not so much of a hit when it comes. Diane Bauer is another one. Yeah, won't be listening, had enough. Sir John Major, Ted, yeah. Keith Scott, a bit late to the chat, Andy. Afternoon all. Bojo can do whatever he likes. I stopped listening months ago. There you go. Last orders, please. I'm doing 45 free Christmas dinners, a free beer for the vets. Big love to you all in the chat. Bye for now. There you go. Last orders, please. 45 free Christmas dinners and free beer for our veterans. I think that's absolutely marvellous stuff. Good on you. Brilliant. Factual breakdown. My daughter's freaking out because she wants to go to England and wants me to come with her. Her favourite teacher has not and will not have the old prick, as he may not be able to go. That is a shame. Really is. Factual breakdown says I would contribute to that. Yeah, it's a heart of gold factual breakdown. Definitely. Definitely. Unfortunately, she discovered a bit of a postal problem trying to get stuff to England. She was going to send a couple of bits over to me, and when she got met with $300 bill for something about that big, it was crazy. Tony Whitworth, Boris assured the nation that there were no Christmas parties last year. The nation assures Boris they are not having a party. Yeah, totally. And we can also assure Boris we're not stupid. Andy, the teacher, Mr. Connor, also wants to meet Andy, the Gabby Cabby. Factual Breakdown says, my name's getting everywhere, isn't it? I appreciate it, I really do. And I say I'm overwhelmed, but I think I'm getting used to the fact now that I'm getting a bit far and wide. And all I do is be me, have a chat every day with you all, and bring you my opinion on the world's going on, and hope I can tell you something that sometimes you didn't know, and vice versa. I'm always up for learning too. 2022 is going to be banging for the Gabby Cabby. They say banging in America as well, do they? We get that with the kids here. Sophia Green, apparently there were free Christmas parties, yeah. So let me think. Frank Spencer was at one of them. And he's becoming a YouTube star. Thank you, Broken Britain. So Frank Spencer was at one of them, Boris was at the other, and maybe Hancock at number 3, or they're all completely denying it all and saying we were never there, Gov. Is that right? Well, it's all going to come out the woodwork now, isn't it? Factual Breakdown says they don't really say banging, but I do now. Yeah, I've heard that from the teenagers over here. God, that's banging, that is. But I'm old, I don't get it. Terry Waite says, went to Sainsbury's at Whitstable yesterday and I was the only one in there without a muzzle. No one said a thing, but you did get some dirty looks, to be fair. Yeah, from the Great Brainwashed, I would have thought. Honesty and Truth, MP said in Parliament today, another party on November the... Oh my God, it's all coming out, isn't it? I mean, did you see that footage of that Allegra Stratton? I'd love to know who leaked that. I mean, they're trying to imply it's old Mr. Cummings and Goings, but I do wonder if there's another fly in the ointment somewhere. I guess we'll find out soon. Yeah, I'm not surprised, Tony Whitworth. It's got to be done. It's getting really bad. Factual Breakdown got dirty looks in the UPS store when more people were in the back and the face nappies and were not. Okay. Sophia Green, I don't get asked to wear one or show a lanyard anymore. I think some places are sticking signs up in the windows, aren't they, because they're legally obliged to do so, but it's sticking a sign up and whether they enforce it are two different things. I went in a co-op last night with my son. I didn't put one on and no one batted an eyelid. So I guess it just depends on if you've got someone behind the counter with a power trip or what store you go into at the end of the day. It really is. Lisa Farr, saw it yesterday, dreadful show of disrespect. Yeah, it was awful, wasn't it? A dress rehearsal to cover the bullshit that may come out in the post later. DH Train says, hi Andy, hello to you, thank you for joining us. Jane Griffiths, cat, yeah, totally agree with you there, that's who I was actually referring to. Victor Meldrew, master of psychological weapon, just like the Abbott and crew, yeah. Diane, they have deflected to the Reform UK. Terry Waite, spot on. Lisa Farr, yes, we're all like-minded here, aren't we? We kind of know what's going on and why. It's incredible to see. Broken Britain, just say you're dyslexic. I can read. Okay, I'm I have trouble with words. None of my supermarkets have the sign up anymore asking people who have not been vaxxed to wear a mask. I will in that situation wear one to show no compliance. I love it, Factual Breakdown. You're a rebel, you are, aren't you? I wish there was more like you. Oops, can't read. Take the T and replace it with PH and it will be better. Who else have we got? Yes, we got more people coming. Thank you for joining us. Chat with Andy the Gabby Cabby daily around this time. Sometimes a little bit later. We get to know each other and hope you'll help. Andy the Gabby Cabby, just a quickie. My dad has footage of ministers they may not want screened. Factual breakdown, found your email in my spam. Will reply later today after the lunchtime rush. Okay, last orders, please. Tell your dad I'm interested in looking, and if it's something we can do something with, I'll find a way of getting it out there. I do have a way of getting stuff out without getting myself into too much trouble. A perfectly innocent video and then refer to something else. But yes, I'm all for a little bit of shenanigans with regard to that department, don't you worry. Where are we? Factual breakdown. I am a rebel indeed, and I'm stirring people up down here, and it's great fun. That's called working from behind in this country, Factual. You carry on doing it. Last orders, please. Take your time, love, and please send our love to your dad from single mum of 4-2. That's from Factual Breakdown to last orders, please. Andrew Cooper, news today. German euthanasia clinics will refuse the unvaccinated. This gets better, doesn't it? It really does. Philippa, I watched my two sisters die of the Kung flu at the same hospital. I saw them fighting for their last breath in the ICU. I will never get over what happened to her. I'm so sorry, Philippa. That's awful news. It must be awful. Have you got other family besides your two sisters? Can you all support each other with what happened? That's absolute tragedy. Absolute. I know people that have had it, and somebody nearly got taken by it close to me, but they managed to pull through, and it's awful tragedy. Lorna McKenzie, sympathies to Philippa as well. Hi Andy, I hope you are keeping well. Sorry I'm late from Mike Alligators. Yeah, I'm fine, Mike. Just on here doing my daily chitter chatter with you all. Andy's single mum is a POTC regular who loves Andy the Gabby Cabby. I appreciate it. I love all that community over there. I think they're marvellous. Philippa, I will never get over it. I hope you've got support there, Philippa. A friend, family, anything like that. I've got a friend who lost his brother in different circumstances, you know, a few years ago now, and it hit him so hard. It's still incredibly difficult for him to deal with it on a daily basis, but I don't know. I don't know anymore. It's awful for everybody. Adam 1066. Stop nicking my phrases, Adams 1066. Bollocks to Boris. If I've had £1 for every time I've said that, I wouldn't have to work. I could retire and sit here doing YouTube videos all day. Jane Griffiths, factual thanks. Who else have we got? Daniel, passports were planned and published on Public Health England websites many months ago. Yeah, I saw that myself, and also job adverts for things that we didn't know about at the time that are starting to appear. It's all planned months in advance, all of this. Mike Alligator's not been able to get on the last few days due to rehab commitments. Okay, Mike, I hope you're safe and well and everything, and good health to you. Adam 1066. I'm only pulling your leg, but it has a nice rhyme to it, doesn't it? Bollocks to Boris. Sophia Green put bollocks to Boris on a t-shirt. You know, I could do that. I really could. Factual breakdown. Mike Alligators. I'll be emailing you later. Where else have we got? Jesus Jones. Bollocks to the whole government. Labour get in, they will do the same. Correct. That's absolutely correct. And the more people that realise that, the better. They're all, you know, as bad as the other. It's just a completely broken system all the way along. Got the date wrong on the video title. It says the 7th and it's the 8th today. I thought I typed the 8th. I must have large finger syndrome. It was actually my wife's birthday yesterday, the 7th. So I'll have to change the title when I finish recording it. Otherwise I'll have 2 7ths and it will confuse everybody. Tony Whitworth, Christmas where family and friends get together once a year denied by the party goers in government. At least we forget never ever again. Too right. Well, you know, they put all these restrictions in last year and then had their own Christmas parties, but I wonder how many people last year said, no, we're having none of that. My Christmas didn't change. We had, you know, the family. We had my mother-in-law who was coming anyway. And, you know, it proceeded as normal. It's crazy. Terry Waite, I've had 6 emails, 9 texts and a phone call yesterday about booking my boosty. Is anyone else being bombarded from the NHS? I've had 1 phone call and I've had 1 text message and 1 email so far, Terry, and that's it. Last orders, please. £5 super chat. Thank you very much. A drink from Gemma. Big hugs from the Manx. Cheers, Gemma and the Manx. Big hugs back to you as well. I appreciate the support and the £5 super chats for the Andy the Gabby Cabby beer fund. That's excellent of you. Really appreciate it. Thank you. In the US either, not the people I know at least. Yeah, I bring you a video later that goes on about the uncertainty that's being generated by all of this trouble with COVID and everything else. People just don't know where they are anymore. I know a airport transfer firm the same as me, and he's had 10 people cancel their bookings for holiday transport over the last few days because people don't know where they are. And you've got people going out partying early to get it out of the way because, again, they're worried that it's all going to go to hell. Hell in a handbasket, as they say. Lisa Farr, I was offered on Sunday, they can shove that poison. Yes, and when they shove it up there, follow it with a cactus because it will chafe a lot more. Last Christmas I was homeless in Birchington. Jesus. Broken Britain, were you sofa surfing or were you actually homeless? Because I see, you know, people sleeping in the shelter in Margate, and they're all over the place, and there's some lovely people locally that try and help homeless individuals, so I hope you did get the support that you needed at the time. Factual Breakdown, $10 super chat from you. Thank you very much for the support. I'll see you. You're the best. Cheers, Factual Breakdown. Hopefully we can do that in person one day. Broken Britain in a tent. Oh my God. Lisa Farr, Broken Britain, well done for where you are today. Derek Owen, we have no power. Where are you now, Broken Britain? Did you say Herne Bay? Or did you stay over this way? I can't remember where you are. But that story has a familiar ring to it, and that's all I will say. David Aprees, Andy, Anya from Oz, Merry Christmas. Oh, you're in County Durham now, are you? I'm sorry, I thought you said something else the other day, but I'm glad you got sorted out near Middlesbrough. Okay, that's brilliant. Factual Breakdown's offered help if you need it, Broken Britain, because she does care a lot. She's been quite supportive of me and a couple of pals of mine. Adam 1066, I've excommunicated for the religious church of the old Kung Flu. I was baptised twice and that was enough for me, slow learner. Yeah, I know what you mean. Wise Owl, if there was a real deadly pandemic, the government wouldn't have a Christmas party now, would they? Yeah, you know, I don't know if anybody else realised this, but 2 years ago when all this first come out, they made it sound like the bubonic plague, didn't they? And we were all doomed, you know. We're doomed, we're doomed. As that phrase he used to say in Dad's army. And then slowly, by piece, we kind of put it together, don't we? It really is bad. Andy, the other gift for our mutual friend wasn't in that box. That will come by COVID. Okay, Factual Breakdown, that's great. I appreciate that. We can talk about that later. Michael May, I'm going to go and party on the 18th. I've been invited to number 10 for wine and cheese. I love it. Derek Owen, there is a piss shortage as the government have been taking it all. They certainly have. BBC said death is knocking at your door. Yeah, I remember that, Andrew Cooper, that headline. You know, I even went as far as writing a letter, you know, in a scenario where myself, my wife and my kids all fell ill. And the letter basically said, if it's a choice between my wife and kids and me, throw me under the bus, save them. That's how scary I was made to feel about it all. I thought my family was in imminent danger. No, I had to make that suggestion in a letter in case the worst befell. And then slowly but surely, you kind of wake up to it all, don't you? It's awful. Cheese and wine parties are safe. Well, it all depends on the kind of cheese that they give you, doesn't it? You know, a bit of Brie or a bit of Stilton or something like that. Broken Britain, I've been helping homeless since the 1980s. My number one cause, no one should be homeless. That's from Factual Breakdown. We've got some kind people in here, you know. Andrew Cooper, I never believed it. Tony Whitworth, China, showing people going brown bread in the streets. Give the government the green light to call the pandemic they want to last an eternity. Well, yeah, I reckon unless they're pulled into check, that this will last at least the next 2 years. Because guess what's in 2 years' time? A general election. And then if it all carries on, we know there's something else behind it all. Let's go, Boris. I love it. Slurpy Dave, pubs, beers and jokes, 10 mil. Hello, Andy from the Isle of Man. Hello to you. Hope you're well. Thank you for joining the chat, along with everybody else. Daily chat with Andy the Gabby Cabby. It's nice. We're 35 minutes in and got a nice group of people here now. These are gaining some traction, and I like having a gas with you every day. Sophia Green, I did believe the China videos in the beginning. Yeah, I remember one, Sophia, that they showed with people dropping, and it turned out it was an old recording from a year previous where there was a gas explosion at a power station, and they republished it claiming it was to do with the current issues we have. So again, it's all media bullshit. You just can't believe any of it. You've got to look into what's going on and what's put in front of you and what the truth is. Richard Void, I'll be voting for a Wenoir, my dog. I love it. There'd always be those who are immune to disease. Tony Whitworth, in 2 years they would cancel elections. A tyrant will be. Yeah, you could possibly be right there, but time will tell. Air Zulu, afternoon Andy, hope you and everyone well. Do you think that the various pharma companies are pushing the envelope on the vaccine thing? Nice little earners for various shareholders. Yeah, I mean, you look at these test kits, they're probably pennies to produce, and you know, I did a video the other day where some of them were selling them for 200 times their actual value. It's an absolute joke. Sophia Green, I hope they're British cheese at their pay. Yeah, better be. You're all right, Jeff Smoking. I'll let you off for being late, no problem. Steve Miles. Yeah, somebody said that earlier, that they're asking for proof of the old double prickaroonie. That's disgusting. Really crazy. Andy for Prime Minister. Trouble is, I wouldn't be able to do and say what I'd want to do and say. That's the trouble with that one. Factual Breakdown, I firmly believe that our real president will be back sooner rather than later. Stand by and keep the faith. I bring you a video later on where Sleepy Joe had a little cosy chat with our friend Mr. Putin from over in the east somewhere, and hinted at certain things which could be quite worrying. Mike Alligators, how is your accent coming on, Andy? I can do a basic American, but I'm trying. Well, Factual Breakdown says I sound like John Wayne. You know, get off your horse and drink your milk. But she also thinks she can give me NYC 101, so I'm going to try and perfect that before I go on the Police Off the Cuff show. I always get the impression that New Yorkers, New York, talk more to the front of their mouth. I might be wrong with that, but that's the way it feels. I've been on the phone all morning to scammers from India. It was fun wasting their time, Steve Miles says. Is that the ones where they phone up pretending they work for an IT company and you've got a virus on your machine? I used to get them fairly regularly. Sophia Green, yeah, wouldn't surprise me. If not today, soon. I know something's happening. Kim Alliston, real celebrations in the house if Donald gets back in. Yeah, that's for sure. Hi, Julie Keys. Thank you for joining us. Hope your day's going okay and everybody's good. One thing I will try and guarantee to everybody, well, it's not a guarantee, it's a cast iron promise. All the while I'm able to, if anything happens where we're all in a situation where we're restricted, I will carry on doing these broadcasts on a daily basis because they're very powerful, not only for loneliness and anxieties and all that sort of thing if you are on your own, but sharing information and keeping everybody's spirits up. It's very, very important and it needs to be done. Speaking of keeping things up, by the way, if you haven't done so already, can you give the like button a hit? I think it's the first time I've mentioned it this afternoon since I've been sitting here, well, gabbing in my cab. It really does help the channel and the YouTube algorithm growers as well, so all good. Andrew Cooper, trouble is, test kits are master and major. Yeah, I got out of my cab the other day and there was one on the ground right outside my house. I couldn't believe it. What did Factual just say? My daughter and I want to go to England for a month and all this crap is holding us back. That's exactly what it is, crap. But we will see how it transpires. Whenever I hear Boris is going to be on the telly at 5, I wonder what the hell he's going to do then. I read that there was some kind of cabinet meeting going on earlier today, or even as we speak, and they're discussing how they're going to shaft all of us next. So we will have to see. Factual breakdown, Steve Miles, rather than not voting, write in Farage. Extra mint, I'm highly suspicious of these so-called leaks. I am extra mint. They're timed, I feel. And why are they timed? What's really going on? And also, more importantly, who's behind it? Who is leaking things? I have a very, very big suspicion who it could be, but again, it's proof. It really is proof. Thank you, Steve Miles. Everyone hit the like button, show your support for Andy, all of which is appreciated. Let's go Bonzo, somebody says. I love that, Bonzo, Bozo, it's all great. Broken Britain says, my driving instructor was Welsh. He asked if I could make a U-turn. I said from behind, I can make its eyes water. I love it. My daughter wants to look at colleges in England and wants a UK family should she decide to attend abroad. She's picked you as her dad. I appreciate that, Factual. I really appreciate that. Extra mint, exactly. Kim Alliston, Andy, thank you so much. That gives me a lot of comfort that you will keep broadcasting your live show. We need to have fellowship in these times. That's what it's all about. If I can do something like this every day, it won't always be bang on 2 o'clock or thereabouts. Sometimes there'll be a little bit of variation in it depending on my schedule. But if Boris does the dirty again, I may have more time on my hands. Wow, another £5 super chat from Last Orders, please. Lewis sends a drink and Factual breakdown. I'm single if you need a tour of Manchester. There you go, Factual. That's another good offer you'll have from someone over our neck of the woods today. Absolutely brilliant. Last Orders, please. That chap Lewis, that's actually what one of my children's called. So that's ironic. I have a son called Lewis. I have a friend called Lewis who drives a taxi as well. By somebody called Lewis in your pub. So, cheers. That's 3 Lewises in my life. Air Zulu, it's who in government. These things are going really fast now. So many people are having a good old chat. I love it. Air Zulu, it's who in government that may have a vested interest in pharma company. Yeah, again, it's follow the money, isn't it, Air Zulu? Every time. Lorna McKenzie, Crackerjack. Lorna McKenzie, my other child's called Jack, and he eats everything, so we call him Snackerjack. And we called him that since the day he was born. He used to like cheesy Wotsits, and he used to go, really good. Party politics now has a new meaning, Steve Miles says. Love it. Diane Bauer has just sent in £5, £5 super chat from her. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. Humour Beef, hi Andy, hope you spoiled your dear wife on her birthday. Well, we went out to a restaurant for a meal last night, and that was really good. No checks, no mask, no nothing. Just walked in, won a table for 5, and they came in, and lovely food, and she was sport rotten. She said she had a good day at the end, so that's what it's all about. Another $5. Last orders, please. I too am single, and we'll take you up on your offer if we can actually get there. Lovely. I reckon Boris will be late for the party. I love it. Absolutely brilliant. Who else have we got here? You have to stay strong. Yeah, definitely. We all have to stay strong. We've got to stick together, stick with our friends, stick with our families, and we'll all get through this somehow. Factual breakdown. Air Zulu, do I want to know what the red side of Manchester is? Yeah, okay. Someone explain it to her. I'm just a guy from the south. I'm keeping well out of this one. Factual breakdown. Sophia Green. True. Oh dear. Well, we're just over 100 people in the chat now, and as always, thank you. Welcome. Daily chat with Andy the Gabby Cabby. Certainly gaining some traction. We're getting these numbers pretty regularly now, so I appreciate all your support, all of your love and comments and everything. And as I said a couple of minutes ago, I will try and do one of these daily for as long as I'm allowed, which hopefully will be for all time, and it's good support and good chat for everybody. That's all it's all about. I have 2 times on my screen how long I've been talking and what the time is, and I try and start dead on the hour so it all marries up. And I think I got on slightly earlier today, so we can have a little bit longer together. Factual breakdown. We'll be staying in Margate for a month, so my Shannon Lee is nearby Andy and his son. Yeah, it does Broken Britain. It does go a lot faster now. More people are in here. Hey, police off the cuffs here. $10 super sticker from Police Off the Cuff. I appreciate it. Hope you're well, Bill. And look forward to being on your show. I hear that you might be getting me to do a New York accent, so I have been practicing, and Factual Breakdown says she's going to help me. I'm kind of starting to learn, but we'll see if I get anywhere come the 22nd. Big up to Police Off the Cuff. Last orders, please, says. All great stuff. Bill, if you're doing your coffee with Cannon later, I will try and tune into that, but I've got to go and get the car washed before a job tomorrow, so I may miss it, but I will certainly catch up on the replay, which seems to happen a lot. So best wishes to you, and also Mrs. Cannon as well. I hope she's doing okay. Steve Miles, dinghy divers get free bus passes now. Was that the article I saw with old Jeanette McCranky earlier on? They're doing it in Scotland. Absolute crazy. Factual breakdown. Last orders, please. Tell all of your punters to check out Police Off the Cuff and subscribe. Factual, I saw... yeah, you too, Bill. Good seeing you here. And look forward to our show at the end of the month. It should be fun. It'd really be nice to talk to both of you as in person as we can get. Factual breakdown. I was watching Police Off the Cuff the other day, and Last Orders popped up and said that they actually had Bill and Phil and the show on their big screen in the pub. So that's excellent, and they say they try and support everybody if they can, so really pleased with that. Lisa Farr, Missy Foy, lucky to see visitors. Steve Miles, yep, in luck. Hi Nicky No Land. King 77703, stop spamming Jesus Jones. All the thumbs up and everything. Missy Foy, Lisa Farr, their first I've had in 8 years from social services. Oh my god. Factual Breakdown, what's that YouTube video you just put on the chat? Oh yeah, not a video, it's a Police Off the Cuff channel link, isn't it? So you can go and subscribe to them. That's great. We got Police Off the Cuff. Don't forget Allegedly Guilty with Joe Murray and Angela Ring. They're two great people as well. And also we have Duty Ron, another retired New York City police detective. He's got a great channel as well. You can search all them up and subscribe to them. They're absolutely brilliant, really interesting stuff. And Bill and Phil did a deep dive into the Alec Baldwin case a little while back. You know, did he or didn't he pull the trigger? And I actually saw on the news that Alec Baldwin was confronted by a reporter outside a house, and he tried to chase him off with an umbrella. So he really is highly strung and a bit of an annoyed man, I think, overall. But I think there's going to be a lot of legal action and litigation, either criminal or civil, coming their way very soon. And very interesting one to keep an eye on, no doubt. Anyway, who have we got now? We've got some new faces and all the regular ones coming in. And yeah, it's nice to see everybody on this daily chat with Andy the Gabby Cabby. Hope you're all doing well, and welcome if you've just joined us to one of our daily chats. There are other places where I am on social media, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Ko-Fi as well. You can find all the links in the description underneath this video, and we have a merch store as well. I'll be looking at other memberships and things over the next few days. I keep saying, but we've got to sit down and talk about it. Hello Mark Hampson, thank you for joining us, hope you're well. Rare Nebula, hello to you as well. King 77703, it's always, it just was. Jeez. Okay, who else have we got? Anniversary of John Lennon's death today, Extra Mint says. I didn't realise that. I bet he would be speaking up about the leaders. Yeah, there's a song of his that springs to mind straight away, and it's probably quite prudent today if you think about it. Factual Breakdowns ready to ramp up her membership in 2022. Air Zulu, Andy, have a good day, mate, and everybody else have a good one from North Hearts. Certainly will. You too, Air Zulu. I need to get up that part of the country soon and go and see my uncle. I don't know when that'll be possible, but I'll certainly try soon. Hi Andy, did you ever meet Fred Huzago, the mastermind Cabby? No, I didn't, Harry Harlow. Or if I did, it certainly doesn't ring a bell. Missy Foy, I agree, universal credit, and I had to get social services involved. Otherwise it'd stop my better. I've got a friend going through the ringer at the moment, Missy Foy, with benefits and stuff. What they expect people to live on and what they expect them to do for it is undeniably stupid. It really is. Yes, Andrew Cooper, Twitter is bloody awful. It's full of, you know, leftards and generally people with an axe to grind and not very nice people. But it is a social media avenue which helps promote everything in the up direction. So it's a place where I do have to reside. I don't usually hang around there a lot unless there's something specific I want to retweet or point out. But what we have is a situation where we have to promote as much as we can in as many places as we can, and that's the only reason it's used. The main place you will find me on more often than not is YouTube, but all the other bits and bobs are there. Last orders, please. Factual Breakdown is a mod. Please add links, and when you wish, spam links for channel punters. Should sub to. Thank you. Last orders, please. Kevin Thomas, you're always welcome up in Shropshire. Love your chats. Thank you, Kevin. I'm trying to think whether I've ever been to Shropshire. I may have done at one time. Lisa Farr, I am one of... You're not getting ignored by me. I am one of the ignored. I know what you have to endure. I will not have them in my home. Yeah, there's a lot of this, isn't there? Missy Foy, they want me to work, but I'm waiting for 6 operations. Can't walk or use my wrists lifting anything heavy, so I don't know what they expect me to do. I've got a friend, as I said, that's going through all this at the moment. You know, if you can breathe and if you can walk to your bathroom, you're capable of working. It's such a narrow-ended criteria. It's awful, really awful. And the mountains of paperwork you have to fill in to apply for anything. I think PIP is about 6 or 7 pages, isn't there? It's awful. Love it. Thank you, Last Orders, please. Cider's certainly my tipple. And if I can get to you for a beer, I certainly will. Don't you worry about that. I'll have to see what the trains are like with Manchester. I said to my wife the other day, you know, try and get up there. And her eyes lit up and she said, go on, off you pop. Harry Harlow, hi Andy, here are the winning lottery numbers for tonight. 4, 16, 24, 23, 35, 45, good luck. You know, I'd be half tempted to buy a ticket and see if that actually worked. Steve Miles, what about Doris trying to overrule Joe? That's dictatorship right there, isn't it? You know, we have judges and we have courts for a reason, to rule on matters of state and matters that happen with people, and you can't overrule like that. You know, it makes the whole court system redundant then, and then you have a dictatorship. It's not good. That's what I think. Random Hermit, my mother had cancer, declared fit for work, which lost her council place she was in. 3 months later, died. Yeah, there's an awful lot of people falling through the cracks now with, you know, referrals, urgent referrals people are waiting for. I think the figure I saw was something like 700,000, and that truly is really scary indeed. Factual Breakdown, POTC link, pop in the chat now and then to remind people of good channels to watch. Yeah, it's a good point. If anyone's got any good channels to watch, I'm always up for helping other YouTube channels as well. There's another one called Murder Academy, which is run by a retired Scotland Yard detective inspector called Stephen, and that's very good as well. He guested on Police Off the Cuff also, and that was an excellent show where they run comparisons about how they did things in the NYPD and Scotland Yard, and they actually had more alike than they thought, to be honest. Did you say trans in Manchester, or did you say trains? I said trains. Trains, Trains. I have no interest in the other. Thank you, Andrew Cooper. Mark Keane, Factual Breakdown, thanks. First pint in 9 days. Oh, I must admit I had a couple of drinks last night for my wife's birthday. The funniest bit was my mother-in-law. She wanted a whiskey and orange, like an orange cordial. Apparently it's a drink that's very popular in the 60s, and she hasn't had a drink for a long time, and she nearly fell over. It was quite hilarious to see her a little bit tipsy, shall we say. Last Orders, please. Steve was great on POTC. Yeah, he was, wasn't he? Really nice chap. He popped up on here to say hello a few weeks back as well, so really appreciated that. King 77703, dancing with your dog on New Year's Eve. I don't have a dog. I'm sure there are people that would. Broken Britain, parliamentary privilege is wrong, bypasses laws. Yeah, this is the parliamentary version of freedom of speech, isn't it? Where they can say and do whatever they like without reproach, as long as it's said in that house. And then if it's said out of here, then they could royally be sued. It's not really great. But anyway, we're coming up to the hour, folks. I don't usually like to let it run much over that. So once again, to the just over 100 people who have joined us today, thank you very much for your support as always, and coming on here. I do one of these every day. I try and aim for about 2 o'clock, but you know, it might be a little bit later depending on what's going on with airports and stuff like that. Check out all the links and everything in the description of the live stream, because there's other bits and bobs there, other ways of supporting the channel and other ways you can find me. There'll be content coming out from 6 o'clock tonight, so tune into that and you can see everything there. And that's about it. And I've got some airport runs overnight. I've got 2 o'clock in the morning and 8:30 in the morning, grabbing someone on the way back, and then I've got more content to record for you tomorrow, and another live stream about this time. So until then, stay safe everybody, take care of yours and your own, and I will bid you till tomorrow. Toodaloo.